I'm gonna do this video real quick before I hit the gym. This video is gonna be in regards to the brother who lost his life, and the brother from Congo. I think his name is Patrick or Patrice. I'm not certain. When I watched the video, because I watched the video several times before I decided to make this video, and I watched it without my emotions, and I'm looking at the video, so I'm not for sure if the brother had a problem understanding English. I'm not sure if there was a language barrier, but he looked like a deer in headlights. He looked like he was totally confused. Parents, you need to teach your children coming to America, from wherever you're coming from, Africa, the Caribbean, South America, wherever you're coming from. There are certain things you do and you don't do when you're interacting with cops in America, if you want to make it back home alive. This is a reality. Not saying every cop is the same. That's not true. However, you just never know. And watching the video, and if what they said was true, that he was pulled over because the plates on the car did not match the actual car, then you're giving them a cause. There's always cause and there's always an effect. So if that was true, you gave them a cause to pull you over. I always got to keep everything in mind. I'm just being 100% honest. It's not. I'm removing my emotions, and I'm looking at it for what it is. Okay? Now, I saw many things he did wrong. And again, I'm not certain if he couldn't understand English. I don't know. But under no circumstance should you ever run from the cops. It never ends well. You don't argue with the cops. You listen to the commands being given. You follow the commands. I know some of you might be thinking, well, that's being weak, man. You're being a coward. No, it's about survival. If you keep telling me you're behind enemy lines, and I don't see people operating as if they are, then I have to question that statement. All right. And under no circumstance do you wrestle and fight with the cops, because it doesn't end well. Now, being shot in the back of the head, now that's raised a lot of questions. It really does. But my condolences to the family. I know when they moved from Congo, and I know in a million years they never thought that that would happen to somebody in their family. But yet it did. And I know a lot of you praying and hoping this kind of stuff would stop. It's not going to stop in America. It's like what I said many years ago in the videos I used to make many years ago. It has gotten to the point now we've become emotionally blunted. So you really don't feel anything. Yeah, you get a little unjust and a little incensed at that moment, but you really don't really feel it because by the time we forget his name, somebody else it'll happen to. So it's not like it's a one-off. It happens too frequently for you to actually really feel it. But I don't want to get off too far on that subject. Hearing some people say he was young. Listen, let me give you a personal story before I get in this gym here. I don't want to make this video too long. When I first moved from the United States Virgin Islands, St. Thomas to Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, I worked at the airport. This is back in 1997. I was 19 years old. I'm 44 now. Now, I was leaving the airport, working in the airport. You know, they asked if you want to do some overtime. I said, why not? I mean, it was just me. So I said, I worked the overtime. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe 2:30 or so. I think I told you all the story once before. But anyway, it was maybe 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning. Walking from the terminal, going to my car in the parking lot, I saw a police officer there, sitting in his car. I nodded him to let him know I acknowledge him, I see him. But he didn't nod back. He didn't, wave or anything. I'm like, well, that's kind of strange. Not a problem. Walk past him, get to my car, start my car, get to the stop sign. You had to make a left or make a right. I made my left. Right in front of me was a stoplight. Stop to the stoplight. Here comes the same cop. Lights on behind me. So I pull all the way over, because I know I didn't do anything wrong. I just got in my car. So I'm assuming he's going to pass by me. So I pulled over all the way. He pulled over all the way. I was like, that's kind of weird. So anyway, I get in myself ready, went in my golf compartment box, got my insurance, got my my license ready. So he pulled up alongside me. License and proof of insurance. No problem. Gave it to him. Man looked at my license. Do you have any other form of identification? I'm like, well, damn, I already gave you my license and my proof of insurance. Okay, no problem. At that time, I used to carry my Social Security card with me. So I gave him my Social Security card. He looked at my Social Security card, looked at me, looked at my license. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm saying this in my head. I didn't say it out loud. I'm like, what is up with this dude, man? All right, so he give me back my Social Security card. I'll be back. He goes to his car. and he runs my license and my proof of insurance and all that stuff. I know he wasn't gonna find anything, so that's why it's always good to make sure you don't have anything in your background, your driving background. So he comes back to the car. You know why I pulled you over? I said, no, sir. He said, I pulled you over because it had some beer cans in the parking lot over there, and I thought you was part of that party. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. You saw some beer cans in the parking lot, not even around my car, I might say, nowhere close to my car, but you assume I was part of that party. Now, I didn't say that. That's what I was thinking in my mind. I said, well, officer, I know. I said, I don't smoke, and I don't drink. He said, well, why your eyes all red? I said, sir, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. And secondly, I wear contacts. So they've been in long, my eyes are dry and they're irritated. She's looking at me again, look at my license. All right, give him back my license, my proof of insurance. All right, you can go. Now, I'm thinking to myself, this is some crazy stuff, man. The man pulled me over because he assumed I was part of some party in the parking lot that was drinking beer. But I know that couldn't have been true because the man saw me leaving the terminal. So there's no way in hell he could have thought I was actually out there drinking. But you see, I didn't give him what he was looking for. Now, what I didn't tell you about that encounter was the whole time we having this conversation, his hand was really close to his gun. Now, I could have been, man, you pulled me over, you MF, you know I didn't do anything wrong. I'd have gave him exactly what he was looking for. Remember now, this is 1997. Nobody didn't have on any body cameras. Not that could really help any which way, but nobody didn't have no body cameras. So it would have been his word against my word. Again, I'm from the Caribbean, St. Thomas. So they'll say, well, he used his airport connection as a front to smuggle in drugs or guns or something. They could have concocted some ridiculous, elaborate backstory. And the media would have bought it. I would be dead. He would be alive. And that'll be the end of the story. Had I not know in my mind, conduct myself with intelligence to understand that, you know what? This is not gonna last forever. Just get beyond this traffic stop and get on with my life. Was I mad? Hell yeah. Was I afraid? Hell yeah. Remember now, it's just me and this guy out there at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's dark as hell. If I turn my lights off and he turned his car lights off, it's dark as the back of my hand. I mean, it was darker than that. I couldn't even see my hand if he turned his lights off. But my goal was to make it home alive. So I had that much sense at 19 to say, you know what? Something ain't right. Just go along what the man say and just get beyond this. Why did I tell you that story? We all go through that kind of stuff. But you got to know how to conduct yourself in order to survive. The name of the game is to survive. Not to go back and forth with the cop and argue points and all that stuff, and not to run. And again, the goal is always to make sure that you have your stuff in order. Had I had a warrant up for my arrest, I would have given him a reason to arrest me. Had I done anything out of the way, well, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. I can assure you that the look he had in his eye of just disgust, I could assure you of that. I wouldn't have been here talking to you. I'd have been gone. Gone. How close his hand was to that gun, I can never forget. It's imprinted in my brain. I would have been gone. Again, was I afraid? I'm being honest, I was. I was. Two of us out there. He has a license to carry this gun. He's an officer of the peace, they say, a police officer. Who are they gonna believe? Some 19-year-old guy from the Caribbean, or this police officer, European American police officer? Who are they gonna believe? Me? Well, I'll be dead any which way. So they're gonna have to take his story for it. Open and shut case. So I say all that to say, man, parents, when you have your kids and you're coming from different parts of the country, you have to learn how to engage with the police officers for that day. You never can tell. I hope it never happens, but just in case, it should be like a fire drill. You run with your family before you come to this country over and over, so it becomes second nature. So whenever they are pulled over, they know exactly how to operate. Just listen to the commands. Don't run from the officer. Damn sure don't fight the officer. and just take whatever's coming to you. If they're gonna arrest you, let them arrest you. You go along what they tell you to do, and you go about your business. Now I'm well aware that there's always outliers. I know that, but your goal is to always, always make it home alive. That's always your goal. Never forget that. That's all I got, man.